Actually, I celebrated, New Year's yesterday with a bunch of friends of mine local in the area. So I don't know if everybody knew that, but Happy New Year to all of you out there. But yeah, we're having a couple of nice little runners. Yesterday was actually a pretty good day. We had a couple of really good swing trades. I'm actually doing pretty well. I don't know if anyone jumped on this ASBR. I kind of chased it. I got it at $1.13. So it had this big Fausto flag. It was starting to build right here. So I kind of chased it right around here. I might take my profit out here. I'll see what happens, but there's a lot of support levels. I'll show you some of the iceberg orders that keep showing up right around this 129, 135 price range. But a lot of stuff going on this morning. But before we do that, a couple of videos I did post out there. I did do a video for everyone here. Oops. Hold on, let me just get this volume up real low. So I did a video on Apple yesterday. I don't know if everyone had a chance to watch it. I'll post it in the social media. Remember, we try to give you some really, really good, quick videos. And let me have my homepage. Oops, I don't know why I'm going there. So Cyber Trading University. A lot of new, I ran a new series of videos just to let everybody know. I am subscribed to this. Oops, wrong one. Just go to the channel really quick. And just right here, I just did a couple of new shorts right here. And just want to bring this up because I know some of you guys have been asking me about it and I want to kind of show it to you. So you could actually get these on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, but I did a couple of short ones right here. Easiest day trading strategies for beginners, easiest day trading strategies to spot how to spot winners live in the market, best day trading strategies. So I'm doing a bunch of small series because I know there's a lot of beginners out there that are still confused about it. But yesterday I changed it up. I talked about the Apple trade. And when you guys get a chance, definitely watch it. I think you're going to enjoy it. And always, always, always like it. Leave a comment, a heart, whatever it is. Okay, make a heart. Oh, there you go. Make a heart, whatever it may be. I always answer them back. And make sure you ring that bell because those little short videos do help you out a lot. But the big thing that we need to cover today is obviously what made those big moves. It wasn't just Apple they made a big move. There's a lot of other things that did pretty well. Want to talk about some swing trades. Want to talk about some day trades and everything. And we're going to talk about the watch list. But before we do that, let's talk about some of the swing trades that we got going on. I jumped into yesterday into Nasdaq. Nasdaq got really crushed yesterday. Was at the $100 price range. It really took a beautiful dive right around 78. I got in right above, right under 80 on that trade. That stock did really, really well. Couple other ones that did pretty well. Coinbase, you could see it right here on the long-term chart. Stock was up at $420, took a very big hit from 260, finally built a double bottom right here, right around the 148. I think some of us got it here at 150. So that's been doing pretty well. Listen, like I mentioned yesterday, and I mentioned the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. There are some stocks out there that you wished you could have bought, and you missed them. And you're like, you know what, Iran, I don't want to pay these prices. And you're smart not to do that. Everything backs off, okay? So I am also long Netflix, okay? Netflix did the reverse stock split. Stock went down to 140. It's at a pretty big support levels right now. We're starting to get the 3 candlestick, okay? So and remember, you don't have to trade Netflix. You could always trade the ETFs. Like NFXL, that's the one I own. There's a lot of them out there. NVIDIA made a nice comeback. We did really well on getting at NVIDIA at that highs. Now NVIDIA is hovering right around that 180. 180 is a big support levels. Let me show you some iceberg orders in pre-market. It's not huge, but remember, the 193, the 194, the 195, major resistance levels. Major resistance levels, okay? So how do we know that? Not just by on the chart, but we see the orders. So been a lot of good swing trades out there, and that list goes on and on and on. We're getting a little bit of a nice push on silver this morning. Is it a day trade? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. We got to build some support, but it did test some big support levels right around here, around 65. You could see it right there from yesterday, and you could see it, tested it from early January. It does got a lower low, which is not a very, very good sign. So you want to be very, very careful with that one too. Right, Bill. And obviously, talking about the Netflix, it did do the 10-for-1 stock split. So not only now you could afford Netflix, but now you could really afford it. But the big thing is ETFs. If you can't pay the common, you can always trade ETF version. But anyway, getting back to silver. Silver looks pretty good right here. We're going to put it on the watch list. There's a bunch of stocks on there that are doing pretty well. I'm going to throw Apple back on there because I did my video on it, AAPL. Listen, a lot of us wish we owned Apple. Last year was at 200. It's at 280. It dropped down to that 260. Could it go to 240? Well, listen, we talked about the big news on the Clawbot that they have out there and the sold out Apple Mini that they got. So when you get a chance, watch that video. But we're putting those stocks on the watch list. Let's talk about, and Brian, like he said, Brian was saying the same thing. He was just asking me yesterday. He's like, Fausto, why don't you trade the option? You can, but what I do is I sell the options. Okay. I like to make a premium and also, and that's the way I kind of trade my options. Everyone's different, but that's what I like to do. I like to own the common. I trade in my IRA, my swing trades, and then I just sell the option call on it, and I make a nice little premium on it. All right, let's go through the watch list because there are a lot of good stocks that are moving today. Okay, so we got to keep an eye on that. So we got this one right here, the SNSE. Okay, that one is moving up really nicely. Big problem though, it's expensive. So when I put this on the B list, remember Josh did class yesterday. We also did Traders Talk. One of the big things we cover is you got to make sure the stock is tradable. Some of you guys, and especially some of you people that are listening online, you're trading stocks that are not in your league. They're way too fast. Remember, it's not about hitting home runs. It's about base hits. Home runs, you strike out more. So be very careful. Unless you're a category 4 or 5 trader, do not trade this stock. RTX, this one had a really nice pop. Finally broke the dollar move. The stock took a very big hit. It's a little bit on the cheapy side. You know how I feel about anything, under $1, but we'll see if it holds there. We'll put this on the B list. RXT. I did check the orders out there just to let you know, and I wasn't really impressed. Let me bring it up again. Hold on. I got it. Let me type it in here. RXT. Let's bring that up and see what the orders are on this one. You can see it's kind of a little Lego-y. Not really clean, not really a clean orders out there. All right. So we got that one that's moving. You got the AUUD that's also moving up pretty nicely. It's up about 65%. Nice spread. It's been downtrending in pre-market since about 7:30, so I'm not a fan of that. And the reason why, there's a pretty big order out there that's been holding it down at 165, but it's cheap. It's moving, and who knows? Maybe program trading will kick in when the market opens up. This one here, another one's gapped up pretty big, but you could see she's from yesterday. She's backing off this morning. This one is looking pretty good. The SABR. I mean, I didn't buy that many shares of it. I only bought 3,000. I mean, it's only about a $3,000 investment, 3,500. But, listen, if you're up $500, right? What the hell? I'll take it. 420. Listen, if you could do that every day, there is your $100,000 salary. You know what I mean? Just works out great. And by the way, I did call it out in the room. So if anyone here got it, congratulations to you. This one on a downtrend, big after hours. Not a fan of that one. MNDR. another cheap one, but not really going anywhere. These are all like, they gapped up. They gapped up, but they don't look that great. They really don't look that good. This one, expensive. These are not looking good. All right. OLB, this one's on the losers after being up pretty big yesterday. This one's gapped down, getting crushed. ACLS. I don't know if that's an earnings announcement. Probably looks like an earnings announcement. Not good, but it is coming up to some big support levels. I'll put this on the B list. We traded that stock yesterday. That one did pretty well. New York Stock Exchange, RSI, not really nice. Not really out. Kind of don't like the chart. Don't like the spread. Very, very spotty. Not really that much volume. This stock got hammered. It could be a dead cat bounce, okay? But it is expensive, and you got to be a Category 5 trader on this one, okay? Just to let you know, all right? Just be very, very careful. Just did a double bottom right here around the 114 from yesterday, so could probably get some kind of action on that one. And you know what? Listen, fellow traders, one thing I want to make a tip of the day. If you don't trade, buy one share of the stock. You don't trade, you're not going to learn. Okay, you got to be in the game and get the hell off demo mode. All right, you don't got to trade that many shares. Naked is the one that gapped up pretty big. It's taking a big hit. Any good losers here? Nothing really there. Most active. These are all. We'll put the NVIDIA on it because NVIDIA is doing pretty well. NVDA. We have Apple on there. Tesla, not a fan of it yet. SanDisk is finally backing off a little bit after making that huge run. Palantir looks pretty good. Made a nice little move yesterday. Third day up with the third candlestick. That one looks pretty good. We'll throw that in a watch list too. All right. So that pretty much does it. Not really that much. And remember what I told you. It is a very, very big week. We just came off President's Week. We were off on Monday. It's winter recess for kids from school. A lot of people are off. So we're not going to get that much action. Only thing you should focus on, if you can get a good deal on the stock, like some of the stocks that we saw, maybe there might be some good swing trades, but just don't get too cocky and greedy. All right, guys, let's get ready for the market opened up. Today at 1 o'clock, I am going to be doing an open house. We're going to post a link up right there. So if anyone here wants to come and join us, it's our weekly free event. Please subscribe to it. Here's the QR code. I'll post it up there if anyone here on social media wants to join us. We do it every week. Feel free to kind of ask any questions. I will be on Metastock at 11 o'clock. Hopefully some of you guys got the email. They had a lot of great presenters this week. Please register for that also. And like I said, if you guys want to be there, you're more than welcome. Because remember, we're done commentary at 9:30 to 10:30. And then we got all our events coming up right after that. Me, Josh, and Rich will be right back in about 15 minutes. For everyone on social media, we'll see you back here later at 1 o'clock. I'm sorry. Just click on that QR code. Everyone, let's get ready and trade safe. All right. Good luck, everybody. See you in a little bit.